Hello, EDLS 732, Thomasville cohort. Dr. Palermo with your week 11 instructional video. How are you here? It's March 31st as I'm recording this. If you had not heard, and I bet you the cohort knows stuff before I do, Vera Richardson and her husband did contract the virus and have recuperated at home. After about a week, Vera told me that the fever had broken and that they're feeling better. So that's great news for Vera. I hope she continues to recuperate, and I hope that the rest of you are well. Yay, Vera. So life does go on in the midst of pandemic, and I had a major event this past week that I would like to share with you. The birth of my third grandchild and one grandson, Miles James Palermo, that I'm very proud to be holding there. So life goes on, and in the midst of coronavirus, the flowers are blooming, the pollen's falling, and life, babies are still being born. So God bless that. Okay, so graduate work goes on too, and I'm trying to stay sane in isolation. I hope that you are too. So we have graduate work to do. Black, this little book by Paul Black, Harrison Lee, Marshall, Dylan William. What grows out of some other work that Black and William had done before called Into the Black Box. Kind of wondering, how do we get the grades and the assessment scores inside the black box, Black and William? How do we get the assessment scores that we do? So assessment for learning is a sort of a philosophical work, but read chapters 1 to 4 this week and start to get a flavor for it. We're going to read Black in the next couple of weeks, and then I've put you in 3 groups to do a presentation on Black in our third meeting as well. But it's assessment for learning. Assessment for learning. I'm not going to say more about it than that right now, but again, in your presentations, you can dig deeper into this stuff and tell us what's going on in your district and how assessment for learning can look, perhaps. So I've been thinking about teaching and learning a lot, and somebody shared a video with me that I want to share with you. I'm going to say a lot more about it when we do have our final meeting, which I'm assuming now is all online. So I'll be planning for that on April 18th and 19th. Watch a fun little video here, and if you have a dog, great, but if you don't, think about how this dog might represent other learners, kids in school, you learning a new skill, me learning. So not going to say any more about Hobbes, except watch a fun video there and think about the questions, but there's no discussion board about it. We're going to discuss it when we're talking face to face. Do read Black chapters 1 through 4, and in chapter 4, he talks about 4 items, 4 areas, 4 types of action and ideas to put into practice. About questioning, teacher questioning of students, about feedback to learners, sharing criteria, rubrics, and self-assessment. So those are our 3 or 4 big ideas that think about how that's happening in your district now, and think about PD and what's going on in your district. And if you can incorporate that some into your CIPC, great. If you are a North Carolina administrator or teacher writing your CIIP, I'm assuming that you might want to say something about our governor's executive order that closed schools this semester. Here's some graduate student kindly shared this with us, the Executive Order 117, how to cite it correctly in your reference page, and how to cite it in text. Schools were ordered to close, Executive Order 117. So I hope that's a help to you. You've been doing a good job getting parts A of the CIIP, and I've had formative feedback from, I've given formative feedback to all folks on Part A, and many of you have resubmitted Part A for summative feedback. Part B from most and not all, but get those into me, please. And then as soon as you can, a formative copy of Part C. Now, again, we're doing a 2-step, 3-step total dance here with formative to me, summative to me in Blackboard, and then at the end of the semester, you're going to submit all of this into TaskStream. And I'll save that for another video another week. But C is as soon as you can get it into me. But next week is Easter, and you will not have another assignment from me during the Easter break. So work on these things, please. Work on your evidences. Get them back into me for the summative assessment as soon as you can, and then we'll move on. This was one of the last things that we did when we were in Thomasville, April 7th. I said we want to divide this book up into 3 parts. I sent a little paper around to sign up for chapters 1, 2, and 8, the overview, 3, 7, the implementation, or 4, 5, 6, the practice in these items. And here are the groupings. I hope I spelled everybody's name right. Those were, that's exactly the way it was given to me on a piece of paper. So those are the groups. I will say something more about my expectation and what these things might look like, but just know that that's coming down the pipe in a couple of weeks. Okay, and please, in the meantime, do reach out to me, call, text, email me, and if we need to Zoom and talk face-to-face in order to get some good feedback to you, then I'm glad to do that as well. Again, had a little technical difficulty when I was trying to work from my son's home last week, but otherwise, I'm checking this stuff every day, and we'll be in touch with you for some feedback following your submission of your evidences. Thank you. Have a great week. Do reach out to me if there's something I can do. Be well. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Take care of the kiddos. Bye.